Well, here's a lot of upgrades we've done to this 1917 engine. It had the dual carbs, definitely needs a lot more serviceability long term. It's going into a Meyers Manx Dunebuggy. He's a non-mechanic, so the focus is to make this as dependable as possible with the least amount of service. This exhaust here is going to be leaving, and we're getting the original exhaust that he has on his old broken engine, one on each side. And by doing that, we had to make a lot of upgrades, and got this new EMPI 38 gas carburetor. A lot of good things about it and some challenges. Number one challenge with most of these type of centers is there's so much congestion in here. So I didn't like that, so I made a lot of changes. So we went to the vacuum advance, so we come up here and go right underneath. There we go, underneath into there. And then for the choke, put that wire, came around, gave it its own 5-amp fuse, and then heat shrink all that into there. And then for the breather box, had a lot of changes and upgrades on this. So you can see the breather box, it's going to be going into the valve cover on 3 and 4, and then the valve cover on 1 and 2. Also, it's going to be coming along here and going underneath the air cleaner for the carburetor. And we got rid of that little plastic cheesy little thing. We put a nice brass one in there and had to redo all that and have these nice Earl fittings with these lines. And then the same is on this side over here. Put in from the breather, comes in here. Everything we try to keep together with either the aluminum pieces here that hold them together, or use the stainless steel with the rubber. Use longer screws so we mount it. Another thing I didn't like is a lot of carburetors have a lot of fuel coming in and out of the engine compartment or to the inside the engine compartment on top of the coil or near the distributor. So what we did here, I didn't like that, and everything goes way too. They originally say to go down in here, and it's just more things that can get messed up. So since this is so long, this brass fitting, I had enough to come in here with 2 clamps. And so I always go one up and one down, so it gives a good seal. And then it comes along here and is mounted, so it's just not going to go anywhere. And it also pulls it away, comes back. And where we did the nut certs back here for this breather box, I'm using all that with the clamps to hold for the fuel. And it goes underneath there. Let's just go to the other side here. Ooh, sorry if that's a little dizzy. So then it comes out here, and you can tell it's nice clamps in there. It comes along here, and we have it clamped in there. And so the fuel comes down here. So when the fuel comes in, now the filter's not going to be here. It's going to be on top of the transmission, the fuel filter, so it's out of the way. So it's easy to be serviced on top of the transmission over here. But this just simulates where the fuel's coming in. And here's the fuel going out of the pump. And I have it going underneath here to the fuel pump. We got rid of the electric because we're not running duals, we're running a single. So this just doesn't have to worry about one more thing that can break. Very dependable. And since this is 8-to-1 compression, and we have the sump on it, and we have all the extra oil lines going to the oil filter. It's going to run pretty cool, and it's all open in a dune buggy, so we should not have any where the fuel doesn't go because of heat. I forgot the name of that. So both that's in there. We tried to make everything serviceable from here, so you have to take this bracket off. And then with this new carburetor, there's a lot of adjustments in here. So I actually had to push in the doghouse cooler, or the doghouse area. Had to push that in almost not a half an inch, but about 3/8, because for the throttle to hit, that's going there real good. There you go. it's not going to hit it. See that? Then of course, all the other mods had to be done. We had to grind through the, so it doesn't hit the alternator. All right, so there you go. A lot of mods, a lot of adjustments, just to make this thing serviceable and to last for a long time.